We're increasing more than utilized to conversation to our computers, phones and clever speakers via vote assistants love Amazon's Alexa, Home Siri, Microsoft's Cortana, and Google's Aid. And curtain and partly sighted human beings include been with lyrics to speech converters for many decades. Several believe vote could quickly get above of printed and pressing as the major way to communicate on the internet. But which are the challenges of driving to same speak network? Which use is spelled on the internet substance if you can't recite? How is the position cladding ignorant Ghanaian farmers rejected key data the web giving lot other? In a competence bet in Ghana of just 22.6%, farmers are frequently poorly paid for their make since they might be ignorant of the predominant prices, says Francis Ditto, a investigator over Mr. Mateo, a speaking-based weather data facility. Same largest repeated appeal is on precipitation events forecasting, says Mr. Ditto, who lives in Tamale, northern Ghana. They speak us the methods their ancient ancestors utilized to forecast the weather don't appear to job as so these days. The is downward to environment changing, he believes. Yet knowledge while he's departure to rainfall is urgent for farmers needing to sow oilseed, water cereal, or scratch their animals. Mr. Ditto says the concept of converter on the internet weather accountable in to speaking came of the farmers themselves, following a seminar in the countryside of Gubulaga. They came up in the, he says. Mr. Mateo conducted the on the internet weather prediction, transform it to a brief record in the relevant tongue and makes it accessible on a main telephone. Farmers circle up to get the data. The regional tongue Dabani is speak by 1.2 millionth human beings but is not serviced by Google Convert. The facility was intended to be inexpensive and lightweight to work, says Mr. Ditto, it planned on a Moline Pi 2 machine in a GSM dongle. He plans to start box tests the monthly, work in Tamale Savannah Agriculture Study Institution. The Speak Web could as well assist the AN5 adults in Europe and the US in impoverished read skills, says Anna Bon, a college investigator in Amsterdam who treated on over prototypes of the network-to-voice framework in Mali and Burkina Faso. But how's the Speak Web, network-to-voice and vote-to-web, isn't simple. To know pizza is serviced at Italian restaurants is lightweight, says Nils Lenk, Chief of Study at Speaking Acceptance Business Subtlety. To lead repeated domains and to be capable to include a talk in you on each solitary theme, how's yet far of. So though Alexa and the other can reply easy questions on the weather and act piece of music for us, whatever reminiscent a broad-ranging humane talk is many decades off, largest expert accept. Synthetic intellect fair isn't clever quite still. Though transcribing yours vote in lyrics, machine speaking acceptance, is of the tough problems to resolve, as down there are as lot ways to declare things as down there are human beings on the earth, says Rand Hindi Language, Paris-based founding member of Speaking Begin Up Snips. The may be an overstatement, but the plurality of regional dialects and accents surely makes the problem a menacing. A network to voice interfaces are receive superior although, says MR Hindi Language. They've begun to find out to knob quote symbolism and the pausing among titles and onlines, and now audio a bit less than robot. Now they can emphasize bold font and whispers italic, he says. But digital sounding requirement more than identity to do them famous, believes Anna Bon. Micro-robots are not yet ingenious, Siri is dull, she says. The benefits of with vote instead of tap fingers apparently depends on the background. Doctors' completion on the internet forms on their patients by speaking, for sample, can dictatorship 150 speech a min, 3 times more rapid rather than printed on a keypad, says Mr. Lenk. The enables them to expend less than period on authority and more than period in patients. In 2017, Subtlety helping a doctor's surgical in Dukenfield, close Manchester, set up a speaking framework for the experience's 6 doctors. Now they can dictatorship notes on a patient's public health state and treat, and a clever aid automatic enters the data in the law fields on a web shape. Previous, the doctors done vote recordings how were later transcribed by secretaries, a trial how was expensive and inclined to backlogs. The new framework has switched the experience to consider 4 persons more than patients a date, and letters to patients now include more than part, says experience officer Julie Pregnell. With vote as well makes feeling while thou making some things in yours hands. Believe on while thou kitchen, says Mr. Hindi language, or you fair wish to aware which's the following move in the prescription. Yours hands are fatty, thou not departure to get on the iPad, so he's a lot more than nature to say. And speaking apparently makes feeling while thou drive. In the US, 29% of drivers recognize they breakers over the tire, onto insurance coverage company Country Farmer. The is up of 13% in 2009. No miracle with portable phones, time drive causes more than crashes a year rather than SIP drive, says the U.S. Domestic Security Justice. Steve's speech is the engineering over a newly startup Pinion named Polly, that lends a speaking feature to WordPress websites. In complex spelled languages love tangerine, speaking might offer you an benefit, he says. Speaking is less than helpful in libraries, places of worshipping, or class theaters, of year, so he's precise how time up to part of all searches could be vote by 2020, on to several forecasts, the web will include to be available by any that way we wish, depending on background. But how's the speak web will be facilitating told rather than made, it seems.